All right, guys. Welcome to the Get Bit Podcast. Podcast for nerds, for nerds. If you have a fandom, you are most certainly welcome here, as I'm already messed up this intro. I'm your host, the most, Will Buchanan. Of course, the man to my left, your right, depending on how your screen is flipped. I wonder what intro he has today. I'm pretty sure he's got a handful concerning the news that we have, but what do you have, Joe?
No intro, too much stuff. Let's go.
It really is too much stuff. Go ahead and get started, guys, before we let you know that we are trying to watch your language, but hey, words do fly. At the same time, we also may show things that might be too intense for younger viewers, so viewer discretion is advised. Aside from that, welcome. So, as Joe has sat there and said, yes, we have a lot. It seems, I was telling Joe about this before we got started. I don't know what happened between Ubisoft, PlayStation, Capcom, and Nintendo, but apparently there was a bet. And they all said, let's all just show our stuff, showcases and whatnot within the same week. So here we are. And let's not also forget Disney D23 just wrapped up last weekend. So a lot that we're going to get through. So just bear with us. But beforehand, we do have to cover the elephant in the room, or the mermaid in the room, if you will. Unless you've been under a rock, guys, there has been news of The Little Mermaid being a remake. As you can see right there, Halle Bailey will be reprising the iconic role of Ariel, the mermaid. And as you can probably tell, certain people, I like to call them Mayo. There's just no other way I can say it, because I can't say what I want to say. So yeah, certain Mayo individuals out there have how can I say this ever so nicely, Joe, expressed their grievances about the movie?
They have, for whatever reason, made this the most downvoted live-action Disney movie of all time for some road reason.
Yeah, over 1 million dislikes. 1 million dislikes on YouTube. And very quickly, guys, here at Get Bit, everybody's welcome. We like to think of ourselves as all-inclusive. And we're, as much as we hold dear to our fandoms, we hold dear very strongly. We defend our fandoms. We share them. We encourage them. We bring people together to enjoy what we enjoy. That also being said, however, what we are definitely against is the fact of the matter that yes, Disney is moving forward with remakes. Yes, Ariel will be a Black woman playing the iconic role. In the words of James Rhodes from Iron Man 2, I'm here, get over it. There's just no other way we could say that. Literally and figuratively, get over it. I mean, you can go on Facebook, social media. There are multiple groups out there who, number one, are trying to sit there and say, we're not going to watch Little Mermaid. Or there's a guy out there who I guess was trying to do a favor for his buddy, but didn't really end well, especially with the fact of him sitting there saying, oh, well, my buddy who works with an AI can digitally remaster the movie in less than 4 hours. And I'm thinking to myself, the next thing they said, well, this isn't racial or anything. I said, yes, but you're using technology to reverse something to make a group of people feel comfortable. Not racist at all. Right. But really quickly, it's just, guys, like I said before, if you don't like something, you realize you don't have to watch it. You don't. I mean, I hate the show Friends. I think it's not funny. I think it's terrible. But it's my opinion. Do I go out of my way to sit there and say how bad Friends was to other people? Absolutely not. I allow people to enjoy what they enjoy because they allow me to enjoy what I enjoy. And everybody's peaceful. Now, if you don't want to go see a Black Mermaid, that's on you. I don't judge you. That's your choice. But, when you go to such extremes, like using science to explain why a mermaid can't be Black, I'm gonna have to check your credentials because, number one, you're trying to explain a fictional creature that doesn't exist.
Manatees exist.
So what?
Manatees exist.
Oh, manatees exist, absolutely. But when's the last time
you don't understand why I'm saying manatees? Manatees were actually what sailors thought were mermaids, people.
Oh, that's exactly right. And your nautical lesson for the day. I completely forgot about that. I completely forgot that manatees were once mistaken as mermaids. But But no, it's just the whole idea, guys, that if you are this hung up over this, and I was the head of Disney, because let's be honest, Disney's gonna make their money regardless. But if I was the CEO of Disney and I saw how many people hated this, almost every Disney classic that you know and you love, I would literally be like Claw from Inspector Gadget and try to put as much heel heat on myself and make every one of your classics exactly like this.
See, here's the weird thing that's going on right now is in response to this,
Yeah.
there is now a large movement for Keke Palmer to become Rogue.
Yeah.
First off, and I'll be completely honest, I do not know who Keke Palmer is. I'm
Nope.
assuming, and again, this is my sole knowledge only of X-Men.
Mhm.
That must mean Keke Palmer's got booty.
Yes.
She got boobs.
And they're there. It's just
Okay,
there.
so we're going with she is purely there for Muir Island. If you don't get the joke, people, I can't help you.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all.
I mean, actually, I think the actual lady that does Rogue's voice is a senator somewhere in Tennessee.
Please don't really?
Yeah, I really do think so.
Oh dear God, that's a scary thought. But as you're double checking that, yes, it's the whole thing of just look. Marvel is going to make it. I mean, sorry, Disney is going to make its money. But again, it's a Black Mermaid. Let it go. If you don't want to go see it, don't go see it. But there's no need to make a stink about it, because if you really want to be honest, for all you people out there that are bent out of shape, you do realize from 73 all the way up to 2005, every one of your iconic stories pictured a Caucasian woman. Disney didn't, I mean, for almost nearly 70, for almost really going on 50 plus years, minority women did not get to see themselves. I mean, yes, people sit there and say, but yeah, Princess and the Frog. Yes.
Oh, okay. So kind of right, kind of wrong. She was a serving member of the government, but she is a Canadian voice actor and former politician who served as a member of the Canadian member of Parliament.
Okay, I can
for
live
the
with that.
riding of Cumberland and Cloister House of Commons in Canada.
Okay, I can live with that. If you said Tennessee, I was going to say, oh dear God. It's like
our most southern of Bell comes from the most northern of Americas.
Yeah, I can live with that though. But no, it's just the thing I'm gonna say as we move on, because it's really doesn't deserve this level of attention because of something fictional. It should be enjoyed. Reason being, because representation matters. That a lot of women of color are getting to see this, and it melts my heart every time I see a young Black woman and older women sit there and watch the trailer, because there's actually a reaction. You can actually go on YouTube and see it. There's actual reactions to women watching the trailer, and it melts my heart just because representation matters. It matters a lot, especially the fact that the first time you ever saw Lieutenant Nichelle Nichols portray herself as Lieutenant Uhura on Star Trek. Trust me, it sticks with you, especially if you don't have that type of reputation on television or movies. So, I'm sorry, go ahead, Joe.
I said Sulu.
Yep. So again, Akira Sulu, Mr. George Takei. Takei.
George Takei.
Takei. I always got to make sure to pronounce the EI at the end. Again, representation absolutely matters. So, male people, if you can read my mind, you know what I said. That being said, also, guys, really quickly, some other news that did drop today that I really wanted to point out just as quickly before we get into all the hoopla that is the video games and other news that was dropped. Keanu Reeves will be back as Constantine in a sequel to the 2005 Constantine movie. It has been announced under the Warner Brothers Discovery regime that they will be moving forward with J.J. Abrams. J.J. Abrams and Hannah Magila will be writing the script. Keanu Reeves will be back to reprise his role as John Constantine. Now, when Constantine first came out in 2005, it wasn't really received as well as comic book movies were, because you got to remember 2005 was kind of that how can I be ever so nicely, it was kind of that
Banner Hulk era.
Yeah, thank you. It was the iffy area. It was the iffy area for superhero movies. It really was. I mean,
we had our
because
Spider-Mans, we had our Blades,
yeah,
but we were also coming right off of the Steels and the Meteor Mans.
true, but very true. Although Steel, why Shaq? What? I know Shaq wanted to be a superhero, but still, why? Go Classic, we'll still watch it, but
he
why?
was too big to be Icon.
He could have been. Well, he could have been Hardware.
We don't have the we just now have the special effects for Hardware.
I mean, he could have been. I mean, he could have been Hardware. I'm just saying, but no. But Constantine coming back, like I said, really wasn't that iffy area for superhero comic book movies. It is a cult classic just because I think Keanu Reeves did a wonderful version. He did the American version of John Constantine, of course, from the books. If you remember, John Constantine is actually British from London, although kind of Wales.
Oh,
So
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The actual now pronunciation, as verbatim by the books, is now John Constantine.
Mm-hmm.
Still, as much as I love Keanu Reeves, this still should have been a Matt Smith movie.
Yeah,
or Matt Ryan movie. Matt Smith is Doctor Who.
No, I know what you're saying. No, could Matt Smith? I mean, because the man is killing it on House of the Dragon. I wouldn't be surprised.
No, instead of a cigarette, he'd pull out a Demi, Dodger whammy or something.
I was like, because because Matt Smith. I mean, don't get me wrong about Matt Smith. Exceptional doctor on Doctor Who. I loved him in Morbius. He was probably the only shining light in Morbius to me. I'm just going to point that out. He was a shining light. But I can actually see him play. I can kind of see him doing Constantine. I can actually kind of see him doing what's his name? That one demon that Constantine always deals with. I can't think of his name to save my life right now. It'll come back to me later. But anyway,
I used to read Hellblazer, then I gave up. Let me think. What other news that we can run through real fast?
Go for it.
Spectacular Spider-Man will be coming to Disney Plus in October.
Mm-hmm.
It has fulfilled its obligation with Netflix and it's going over to Disney Plus. Hopefully there it will see much more boost in views and ratings. We need to keep in mind this is what actually got Young Justice back, so I don't think they're going to bring Spectacular Spider-Man back no matter how much we watch it, considering we got freshman year coming out at some point, but still, I hope it does see the views it was always intended to get. What other malarkey can I run through real quick?
Although everybody's worried about Young Justice. I'm like, Young Justice will be fine.
Young Justice is not going anywhere. Season 6 has already been announced as a comic book.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just the fact that they're worried about the animation. But I'm like, well, Titans just got renewed for another season. Doom Patrol got renewed for another season. So, I mean, say what you want about Warner Bros. Discovery. They actually do know which shows actually work.
Let's think what else. Here we go. Brendan Fraser becomes immediately and lovingly petty, calling out Warner executive by name for the cancellation of Batgirl in an interview, which is wonderful. Love that man.
But I mean, everybody wants Brendan Fraser to succeed. The man obviously deserves it. But I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't excited thrown in my seat for Batgirl, but I still wanted to see the first time Firefly would ever be introduced to the Batman world. I was real from what everybody was saying, that's seen it, that Brendan Fraser was exceptional as Firefly. I'm like, okay, you could still use him in Matt Smith's next Batman movie. Do I think that we're going to see Batgirl? I think we eventually will see it. I don't think it's going to remain shelved forever. I do think that Batgirl will eventually see the light of day.
If they put it as a tax write-off, they legally cannot view it anywhere.
Oh, damn.
They
I know
legally
that.
cannot distribute it. It becomes like the McCormick Fantastic Four movie, where someone has to like literally sneak a copy off a server and distribute it illegally to do it.
Damn, I did not know that. So
Yeah.
okay, well, never mind. It will.
Uh, let,
It
me,
never will see the light of day.
let me think what else we got here real quick. G4 hit with major layoffs less than a year after coming back.
That was sad.
Yeah, I mean,
I did like.
I do not take any form of stance on what happened with the Frost incident that happened on on the 1G4 stream, where she like pretty much like bashed a lot of gamers
Yeah,
for very obvious and very understandable sexist reasons she did. But that caused a immense backlash, and I don't believe she is responsible, but I believe that just kind of turned a lot of viewers off.
that too, and it's just I think so as well. But at the same time, there were some times they tried to. You know how some shows at one point used to work great, and those they try to bring those same shows back, and it's just not the same. And I think for a lot of them, I mean, for G4 when it first came out, I mean, X Play, Attack of the Show, you did actually have what was it, Tech Talk or Tech Time or whatever it was that actually did answer real time IT questions. So it gave, it gave you knowledge, but didn't make you feel bad. But when they tried to do back Attack of the Show, I kind of felt like that was a dark sign when Olivia Munn didn't want to come back. It was like I understand she's taking her acting roles very seriously, considering her success, especially on shows like The Newsroom. But I was like, oh, if Olivia Munn doesn't come back and join Mr. Petra on Attack of the Show, even though Xavier Woods, who by far has been doing his best to make it work as a host on G4 and bringing on WWE superstars in arena and trying to really make that venture work, it just doesn't pull the same as it used to. And I think, yeah, it does show that G4 is, not the cash cow that a lot of people wanted it to be, and it's actually bleeding money. So layoffs are bound to ensue. They didn't say, I mean, even some streams did get halted for a day that did actually resume. But they haven't said exactly when or if any streams will be lost, any personnel. I mean, there will be personnel being laid off. They didn't say if the host would be a part of that cutoff. But yeah, you're exactly right. It is sad to watch something that I grew up on, just kind of start going the old Yeller way. What were you gonna say, Joe?
Yeah. Let me think. What else can we burn off real quick? The Avatar: The Last Airbender Netflix series, which is being created by one of the co-creators of the actual series.
As long as it's not M. Night Shyamalan, we're good.
Nope, it is. Everybody is of native or correct descent, although they do kind of veer in some things. So we do have Gordon Comer as Aang, Kiwa Wentio Tarbell as God, what's the waterbender girl's name? I haven't had to think of these names in a while.
Cora?
No. Aang's love interest. Katara. There we go.
Oh, guitar. Okay.
Ian Leslie as Sokka and Dallas Liu as Zuko.
Mm-hmm.
They have, I don't think they put names to everybody, but we do get to see some names on there. Joe Montgray has been cast as Hakoda, which is Sokka's dad and whatnot. He is from Indigenous Cree, Ultra Carbon on Netflix, and Beans. James C., the original voice actor for the Cabbage Merchant of No, Not My Cabbages, has been cast as his actual character.
Nice.
Utkarsh Ambukar, you guys work with me here, has been cast as King Booming. He's from Pitch Perfect, Project Mandy, Free Guy, I Never Have on Netflix, Ghost on CBS, and Dropout on Hulu. Danny Putty has been cast as the Merchant, or as the mechanist, which is the guy that made the airships. You
Okay.
don't know who Danny Putty is. I can't help you. I'm sorry.
Or you can go back and watch. You can go back and watch. I said, if you haven't seen it, go watch the Airbender on Nickelodeon. You'll understand. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joe.
Oh, I'm saying if you don't know who Danny Putty is,
Oh, never mind.
just go watch Community. C.S. Lee has been cast as Avatar Roku. He is from Dexter, the Showtime series, True Detective on HBO, and For All Mankind on Apple TV Plus. Rue Iskender has been cast as Lieutenant Yi. I have no idea who this dude is, even in Avatar. He is from Gotham and Blacklist. Elizabeth Yu has been cast as Azula. Maria Jane has been cast as Suki. Tamlin Tomata has been cast as Yukari. Yukari. I guess that's Zuko's mom? Azula
Yes.
Zuko's mom?
Yes.
All right, I'll roll with it. Yvonne Chapman has been cast as Avatar Kyoshi. Casey Camp Hornick has been cast as Gran. Paul Sun Hyung Lee, also known as Appa to a lot of people, from Kim's Convenience and The Mandalorian, is going to be Uncle Iroh. Ken Leung has been cast as Commander Zhao. He was in The Force Awakens and the show Industry. Daniel Day Kim joins as Fire Lord from joins Avatar: The Last Airbender as Fire Lord Ozai.
Loved him a lot.
And Sebastian Amoroso from I Know What You Did Last Summer, the Amazon Prime TV series, has been cast as Jet.
Nice.
So we are pretty much this Netflix series. We are getting both the book 1 and half of book 2. It looks like they have not casted a Toph yet, but we are getting an Azula and a Suki.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you for that, Joe.
Yep.
So
that's as much news as we can burn off now.
Yeah, much news we can burn off because we're about to get to the meat and potatoes. Okay, so this is going to be fun. We're going to go ahead and cover Disney D23 because this will probably be the easiest one we can do. So, like I said, unless you've been under a rock, D23, Disney D23 did happen last week. Started off on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and there was a lot of news. So we're just going to go on through it. As you know, pretty much the Mandalorian Season 3 trailer was dropped. For all those that did not keep up with The Mandalorian, it was one of the, I guess we can call it, the first Star Wars successful show on Disney Plus, because of the fact it's now in its 3rd season. There was a trailer, of course. The trailer is available to be watched right now, where it does show the Mandalorian being told by the lawgiver that you removed your helmet, which he did do in the 2nd season. And of course, the title of it, "You Are a Mandalorian No More." As Joe had so eloquently pointed out in our previous podcast about this, that the story was going to be that he is going to go back to Mandalore, and the fact of the matter about reclaiming, going on a redemption path to be seen as a Mandalorian. And yes, everybody's favorite Yoda-like individual, Grogu, will be with him for the ride. But as I said, we also did see Bo-Katan, and we did get to see, and as Joe called it beforehand, because that the Mandalorian does have the black saber, which means that technically he can rule all of Mandalore, and she wants to rule. We do see that ensuing conflict about to happen. So I gotta give Joe credit for this. He called what the entire 3rd season was going to be. Still means we're gonna watch it though. But any other thoughts on that, Joe?
If I get any closer, I'm just gonna start naming Kurosawa movies every time a season comes out. This one is just Hidden Fortress, people.
You're not wrong, but then again, the Mandalorian season 3 will come out in 2023. The next thing that we got, of course, our brother in arms, but we know we're hoping he would be here with us tonight. But we understand we still waiting for his reaction on this because the reaction at D23 about Secret Invasion was literally a loud pop. Now, for all those that don't know about Secret Invasion, this is basically the conversation of the scrolls and how that's going to be handled and Nick Fury's character. My impression of the trailer, if you haven't seen it, it's going to be different. It's not the sky blue, a little bit of humor mixed in kind of thing. Secret Invasion is definitely going to be more spy, more maybe a little bit dark. Marvel is finally starting to go into that dark storytelling that I truly believe they're actually about to go into. And of course, Samuel L. Jackson playing Nick Fury will always be a treat. But Joe, I know you saw the trailer. What did you actually think of Secret Invasion?
Well, the one thing that I didn't see in this trailer, I really want them to be hiding, and that is I want Sam Rockwell's Justin Hammer to be an integral part of this. Because if you don't know how Secret Invasion ended, Norman Osborn shot the Queen.
Mm-hmm.
I want Sam Rockwell as Justin Hammer to shoot the Queen, and that's where Hammer starts. Hammer Industries starts taking over, and Samuel Jackson's like, fine, whatever. But we also see that this could possibly start leading into Armor Wars. They have not shown Emily Clark, but everyone's like, we all know who Emily Clark is playing. We're not idiots.
It's like it's the best kept secret that's really not a secret. But
I mean, it's like Star Trek Into Darkness. Oh, what's Benedict Cumberbatch? Who's he gonna be? Khan?
Yeah,
he's Khan. J.J. Abrams, he's not Khan. I swear to God, he's Khan.
He's Khan. Just don't lie. Just don't lie to us.
No, he's this character. He's Khan.
Yeah. But
I mean,
no.
at least Disney's not saying no. They're just like, so she's the Squirrel Queen, right? Yeah, we ain't got time for this. Next casting,
actually,
but she's the Queen, right?
You know what? Actually, I got one better. You know what Disney's doing? Disney's pulling a Sheldon. They're literally every time we sit there and say it, it's like they're there. Yes. We're not saying you're right, but yeah, just pat you on the shoulder and keep it.
I'm liking it. It'll be fine. It's going to be interesting. The big one that I'm really looking forward to, we'll get on thing. I got so many messages over this. Over that. We'll get there when we get there, but you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, dear God. Well, I know you're going to.
Oh, there it is right there.
Yeah, go ahead, because I know where you're going with this. Go ahead.
You got to at least show the picture.
You're talking about Andor?
No, we're talking about the Thunderbolts.
Oh, that's all I was going to say I was going to click on. I thought you were going with that. Yes. So the picture, the infamous picture.
Thunderbolts explained. We don't need to explain the Thunderbolts to Joe.
Give me a second, because I'm trying to laugh and do this. This is not working out the way I intended.
So I got so many people coming to me because they know I costume Baron Zemo. And it's like, what are the Thunderbolts? It's like, I've had so many people say, so are they like the Suicide Squad? It's like, no, they are not the Suicide Squad. I've had like a couple friends like, well, this looks like a Suicide Squad cast. Like, I guarantee you only David Harbour's going to die in this. Yeah, so we have Julia Louis-Dreyfus as Contessa. The biggest one that confuses me is everybody is up in arms about Ghost being on this team. The Ghost has been one of the longest serving Thunderbolt members since Norman Osborn took over. Everybody in here has been a Thunderbolt, literally, except for David Harbour's character. Yelena Belova is part of a Black Ops team for the Thunderbolts that Norman Osborn ran. Bucky ran a Thunderbolts team right before the most current reboot, where he was in charge of the Cosmic Cube made into a little girl Sobek. U.S. Agent ran a Thunderbolts team for a bit during Siege. He was part of it, which is where he lost an arm and a leg. to a couple of Asgardians that gave him about the equivalent of the Dora Milaje disrespectful beating.
That
Said they took parts and kept them.
I mean, ripping off parts and beating them with it, but psychologically getting your ass whooped after taking a superhero serum, and you still got your ass whooped.
And Taskmaster was the Thunderbolts for Wilson Fisk during his time as mayor. Mm-hmm. Literally, the only one who has not been a Thunderbolt in this lineup is David Harbour's Red Guardian, to my knowledge. Unless he's in that 5-issue miniseries where Thunderbolts was about a underground supervillain fight club, which we affectionately call Fight Bolts, which is not a good book or representation. Literally, they tried to make Thunderbolts into that, and it lasted 6 issues.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I did love his character in Black Widow. And I think, just because they're trying to keep Red Guardian alive in the MCU, I think it works out. And of course, John Walker, because for all those that never read U.S. Agent,
again, we go back to the Simpsons post of this is the worst thing John Walker's ever done. Me as reading Thunderbolts, this is the worst thing he's ever done so far.
But no, I'm looking forward to it just because not to cut you off, because the one thing I did want to say, because Kevin Feige kind of sat there and said that the Avengers are not done.
They are disassembled. He officially said they are disassembled.
Right, which is kind of setting it up for the Thunderbolts to kind of step in. I'm like, that is brilliant on Marvel's part. Mm-hmm. That you are introducing Thunderbolts and giving them a spotlight to shine. And again, if you're thinking about the next movie, it's like, we know Bucky and Walker will have something. We already know about Ghost, who post Quantumania, I'm not sure. Yeah, this is going to be post Quantumania. Post Quantumania will more than likely be stable. Taskmaster again.
50-50 if this is actually the woman or this is actually Anthony, actual Taskmaster.
Good question. That is a wonderful question. Because there was some discussion on that. Would it be the woman from Black Widow, or would it actually be the Taskmaster that we know? That is a very, 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 very interesting question that no one has an answer to at the moment. But I'm still looking forward to seeing what they do with this, honestly.
However,
so what?
There's a person missing from this group that is the most synonymous member of the Thunderbolts.
Oh, he'll pop up.
Everybody's like, well, how is this the Thunderbolts? He's not there. It's like, Zemo's there.
Mm-hmm.
But what you don't realize is, I guarantee you, half these people are already working for Baron Zemo.
Oh, yeah.
Or he's running around with his own team, and it's actually going to be the real Thunderbolts that he meets on the raft. And that's how we get introduced to Atlas, Songbird, Fixer, Mark I, and Moonstone.
I can see that. But then again, I love that guy who portrayed Baron Zemo. That's what makes me think the whole time he's sitting on the raft, he's like, I could break out whenever I want to, but I'll just enjoy the quiet.
I got the butler. He can do anything.
It's just the butler was the man. Welcome.
On top of that, we could also be looking at this as like, whoever survives this and still goes to prison.
Yeah.
We could have Luke Cage take him up in his Thunderbolts.
That is true.
We just don't want Ross. We just can't have the Ross Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
From like a rating standpoint, we cannot have the Ross Thunderbolts.
Is it for the brutality or just from that one?
Punisher, Elektra, Deadpool, Dakin, Crossbones, and Red Hulk.
Deadpool's kind of on Disney Plus. It's not like we can't put a parental sign in front of it. I mean, let me shut up. I was going to say, who else going to break their chocolate?
My guess here is there's a lot of empty space in this thing, especially right next to Contessa.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to see some other people here in this movie.
But we definitely know we're going to see Baron Zemo. We know we're going to see him just because, number one, he is a fan favorite, especially from the Winter Soldier, especially from the Falcon and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And the infamous club dance scene that
I was just gonna say,
everybody.
he was a legend on every European dance floor ever.
Oh, you know you reached legendary
Yeah.
status. You know you reached legendary status when they put your scene back in. When they said, "Oh, we have to see this."
There's an hour-long cut, but yet somehow we can't handle 5 seconds of She-Hulk twerking.
So this is why we can't have nice things. This is why we can't have nice things.
So, anyways, no, I'm really looking forward to the Thunderbolts. Like, everybody is going to be over that.
Oh
Loki
yeah.
season 2. I
Mhm.
loved the hilarious joke when they brought uh, uh, Ki Hu Kwan up there, and he was like, "This isn't the Indiana Jones section. What am I doing here?" For those of
I,
you unaware, Ke Hu Kwan is Short Round from Temple of Doom.
I was at work when I was watching that, and I hollered during the Teams call I was on. And when he sat there and said that, I was like, I forgot that I was muted. I wasn't muted, and I laughed my ass off. Oh,
Another thing, yeah, I mean, this is just going to be more multi thing shenanigans. Hopefully, Owen Wilson gets his jet ski at the end of this season.
that's all he wants. That's all Mobius wants. He literally just wants pure joy on a jet ski. I cannot be mad at the man for that. But no, Loki is definitely going to be interesting. I kind
Daredevil Born Again.
Oh yeah, Daredevil Born Again is gonna be awesome. Of course, you see if you see what Charlie Cox said, it's gonna be emotional. It's really, really emotional. He did say it is a reboot, not a continuation of the Netflix series.
I'm okay with that.
So it is definitely going to be interesting. And the fact that it's the first series that actually the first Disney Plus series that's going to have more than I think the ongoing one is. I think the longest a series has been on Disney Plus was I want to say 10 episodes. 10, 11 episodes, I think, was the longest for a season.
Oh
And
yeah, no, this is going on for a while.
yeah, and this is going to be 18. This is going to be 18 episodes, which is the longest slate of episodes that a Disney Plus series has been given. The fact that you're going to have Charlie Cox, the fact you're going to have Vincent, I'm going to
Vincent
destroy him.
D'Onofrio. We're getting the lady that's doing Echo. I guarantee you She-Hulk's going to make appearance.
Oh, yeah, because in the fact he's making an appearance on her show. But yes.
That's actually the upcoming arc, I believe, because this episode, spoilers, but, it's been a day.
It's been a day. We can go with it.
We did not get an end of after credit scene, but we do see that the deepest cut in Marvel they've made thus far with the costume maker is designing the new Daredevil costume.
Mm-hmm.
So seriously, I have not seen that dude in like a heartbeat.
I still laugh that I see where the Incredibles got their inspiration from. So, like I said, the whole time I was like, really? I was like, I feel like somebody on Pixar just sat there and said, yes, that's who we want. Because I kept getting those vibes, like it kept on wanting to say darling the whole time. But no, Daredevil Born Again, that's going to be coming out. Of course, we're a couple of years away from that. Star Wars, the Andor, will be released before the September 21. It will get a 3-episode prequel. Of course, Andor is basically explaining the rebellion before the New Hope. Of course, it does follow the same track as Rogue One. I was the first one to sit there and say that I would love to see some separate Star Wars stories. Andor is going to have a very, very challenging story to tell, just because number one, it's not going to really involve the Jedi. It's going to be more homegrown. It's going to be more of the Empire. So for its limited run, it's going to be challenging, but I think with enough great story, it is going to be great. But again, we'll find out on September 21st, Star Wars Andor.
I kind of think they actually don't have that much faith in it if the opening salvo is the first 3 episodes of a how many episode series?
It actually is getting 10.
So you're basically showing a third of your series in the first day.
Pretty much.
Honestly not that good of a sign.
Well, Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. But that's why I'm like, I want to still give it a shot. I mean, I'll still give it its 4-episode run. I'll give it a 4-episode run before I make judgment on it. But you're right. For it to release 3 out of its 10 episodes, it does. It's shaky. It's extremely shaky. I can't knock that.
Let me show you. Let me send you this picture. This is just a great picture. It deals with the Marvels.
Oh dear God. Which again, the Marvels were all brought together and did explain that let's see, it will pick up that the Marvels movie itself will pick up where
Ms.
where
Marvel
Miss
left
Marvel
off.
ended. So say what?
Yeah, what you said.
Yeah. So it's going to pick up where Miss Marvel ended. Again, Miss Marvel, fascinating, wonderful series on Disney Plus. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, I highly recommend that you do. But yeah, it's actually going to have all of the Marvels involved. And as I pull up this picture,
This is the best thing ever.
I remember this picture. Okay.
Oh no, go down. That's not the best part. It's the first time. There it is. Just the look on Aman Vellani's face.
Again, Aman Vellani is literally an MCU fan playing the superhero role and is still an MCU fan at heart. Because
just completely shocked, just looking at Bree's like, Mom, hold my hand.
Pretty much. I mean, the fact that you get to meet, depending on your era, well, actually, all the above, you get to meet Captain Solo, Indiana Jones, and I can see right now the look on her face was like, which line can I say right now that will not get me blocked from him? The look on her face is like, it's like, do I ask him about the Kessel Run, or do I ask him how Sean Connery had him speak Latin? It's almost, the look on her face is like, I have a decision I want to make right now, and I'm not sure if I should. And it's like Bree's like, go ahead, and Harrison Ford's like waiting on a question. And it's a moment in time to where we will never get. It's almost, you know what? This is the fixed point in the MCU where Miss Marvel will probably ask a question that could destabilize everything.
Everyone's agreeing she's trying to hold herself back from fangirling out in front of her cooler older sisters, in front of her favorite superhero.
Oh yeah, definitely that. But no, again, guys, these going back up, this is actually where all the Marvels, as you can tell, will all be a part of the next movie. We'll definitely be looking forward to it. Of course, who doesn't want to take a picture with Han Solo, with Harrison Ford? Which, by the way, he did say the next Indiana Jones would be his last movie. But again, that man owes us nothing. Moving right along, they did talk about Wakanda Forever. There was another trailer, but unfortunately, the trailer was only shown at D23, which basically, if you've seen Wakanda Forever, the story still remains. Who is going to be the one wearing the suit? How would they? I mean, it does show initially from the trailers. It did represent the late Chadwick Boseman and actually giving him a proper send-off. So again, the question remains, as me and Joe have already talked about previously, who is actually going to be in the suit? Will it be Killmonger? Will it actually be Shuri? Or will it be another Black Panther character, which I hope they would do? But again, we'll find out not too long from now. I mean, guys, we're in September.
Oh no, we know who it is.
You got it. I'm between two guesses, but I forgot, Joe. Who'd you say it was?
No, we know who it is. It's Shuri.
I'm not mad about it, but at the same time, I still say it's too early if it's her.
No, I mean, we know it's her because of Legos.
Oh, the Legos have already released?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind then. For all those
yeah, the thing that really caught me off guard was they let her on stage and let her speak.
By the way,
her stance on vaccines that have gotten her in trouble multiple times by Disney.
I think the PR group is taking care of that. But the reason why Joe said the Legos always came out, rule of thumb, if you ever want to know what a movie's going to do, look at the toys. Because Legos, especially Lego sets for Marvel, will tell you everything you want to know.
Yeah, that's how we knew about Shumagorath way beforehand. That's how we knew in Avengers Ultron we'd be getting Gray Hulk.
Pretty much. But moving right along, guys. Yes, as I said, Indiana Jones 5 is going to be Harrison Ford's last movie. That was also announced. Captain America: New World Order will bring back the leader. Again, the leader was in the 2008 Incredible Hulk, in which the guy at the end that got the blood dropped on his head from a gash, and he started to expand his head out. That's the leader. And of course, Samuel Stearns will be the big bad for Sam as he has donned the role of Captain America previously of the Falcon and Winter Soldier. So we will definitely be seeing the leader. I mean, it kind of makes you wonder what that means. Does it still have a tie with She-Hulk, with the Asgardian Wrecking Crew? It just depends. Say what?
So we are pretty much making different Hulk movies because we still can't get a Hulk movie. Also, we are pretty much at this point just saying, rubbing in Edward Norton's face. It was like, if you hadn't been an asshole, this could have all been yours.
And Mark Ruffalo is all too kind to sit there. And Mark Ruffalo, a man who has spilled so much, but sometimes I think he's a plant, but has spilled so much from the MCU, and yet he will wind up getting a Planet Hulk or a World War Hulk.
Oh, he's not a plant. Tom Holland's a plant.
I don't know. Sometimes they switch roles. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I think they spread stuff because they were told to spread stuff. But that's just me. But move right along, guys. Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania, as Kevin Feige said, will have a direct link to Avengers: The Kang Dynasty. Again, if you've been watching the interwebs, some people did sneak through where Kang had said to Scott Lang, didn't I kill you? Didn't I kill you as an Avenger? I guess, like, how many times have I killed you as an Avenger? And of course, it's going to be interesting because very little details have been let out about Quantumania. We do know that Kang the Conqueror will make his movie entrance into the MCU. Technically, He Who Remains, if you watch Loki, was the first time we did see Jonathan Majors' character as Kang the Conqueror. So again, that's going to be... Say what?
We saw him in Moon Knight.
Oh yeah, we also did see him in Moon Knight. I still have this theory. I have this theory that if you go back and watch every Disney series post his entrance via Loki, I swear, and I still stand by this, that in almost every Disney movie or episode post that, we will see Kang at least once. I still say that's possible, just because of his many variants. But also, speaking of that, we are going to get a Halloween special, Werewolf by Night. If you don't know what Werewolf by Night is, I highly recommend to read it. It is definitely a great story in comics. It's actually the first time that Moon Knight was introduced to the MCU, which again, D23 will have a Halloween special for that. And of course, the trailer is online if you want to watch it, but I cannot wait because we definitely know Moon Knight's getting a season 2. What's his face and the director already spilt the beans that they were in Egypt currently shooting some months ago. So we definitely know that a season 2 is coming. But again, Werewolf by Night, you should definitely check that out.
That looks so much fun because the level of violence in that thing that they are getting away with. I mean, it's basically just a black and white grindhouse horror movie.
Pretty much.
And on top of that, it doesn't even just introduce Werewolf by Night. We also get Giant-Sized Man-Thing in there.
That is also true. I forgot about him. You're exactly right. I forgot about him as well. But still, can't wait to watch that during Halloween times, which, again, we're not too far off from. Like I said, this year is flying freaking by. I'm not sure how many people are looking forward to this, but I guess we're going to talk about it anyway.
No, we aren't. We're scrolling. No, we're scrolling.
Okay.
No one needs this.
We're not going to talk about the Way of Water.
The Way of Water is that it flows and we move on.
But you take the next one while I'm laughing.
They showed a brief kit of Ahsoka in Disney D23. We've already spilled that they have already casted the adult version of Ezra Bridger. Mm-hmm. Bad Batch is coming at the beginning of the new year. We are getting Tales of the Jedi, which means hopefully we will be going down the list of Tales from Mos Eisley Cantina and Tales of the Bounty Hunter. But I believe what they showed was the clip that shows Dooku as a Jedi Master
Yeah.
and his time with
Count Darth Plagueis.
Mace Windu.
Ah,
I was
okay.
going to say Nick Fury with the lightsaber. Both are the correct.
Both are correct. Yeah. Oh, okay, I'm good now. All right,
Nick
so
Fury of Zin Ra. There we go.
although Kevin Feige did say Mace Windu is not dead. You did not
He
see a body. He did say Mace Windu is not dead. We never saw a body.
Unbeknownst to many people, we also got confirmation that the Simpsons movie had a Simpsons cinematic universe, which was immediately canceled upon questioning.
Mm-hmm.
We would have gotten such great movies as Iron Mo, Moon Knight, where Bart's mooning people, See Captain America,
I can see
and
that.
other things. And then Kevin Feige calls Homer and lets him know that everything is canceled. But we may be getting a second Simpsons movie.
Nice. Okay. Of course, Marvel's Echo did get a trailer. But I don't know if it's available online, or I don't know if that was specifically to D23. I didn't actually do my research on that.
Not sure.
But Marvel's Echo did get announced, so we definitely will get that. Ironheart's Marvel's Ironheart, which Riri Williams, which we will see first in Wakanda Forever. They did show footage of her as far as her talking to a high-tech necklace. So will Robert Downey Jr. reprise his role as the AI in Ironheart?
That would be nice. We did get confirmation who the Ironheart villain is, though.
Who's that?
She will be going up against the Hood.
Okay.
Which also marks the first time in the MCU where magic and technology are fighting against each other.
Nice. That's a good casting.
I am of two worlds with Ironheart.
Go ahead.
She was basically her her creation story was basically just Naomi, but with Iron Man armor. And then someone took him away from the author and put her on a team, put her with a writer that knows how to write characters. You know, I say that, and that's unfair because he does an outstanding run with the New Avengers and whatnot. But Brian Michael Bendis cannot write single characters, especially young women. He makes them very single tone.
It could be worse. It could be Miles Morales being Thor.
No, they're comparable. I've read the books.
Damn. He said they're comparable. Damn. Okay.
So I'm sure this will be good. Certainly it'll last longer than Naomi. We know that.
A breath will last longer than Naomi. But anyway, yeah, a breath will last longer than that show. Good God. But also Willow did trailer. Willow the series did also get a trailer at D23. Definitely check it out as well. We did find out that Christian Slater will be joining the cast. I forgot what role he'll be doing. I think either he'll be playing a Mad Morgan character, but I'm looking forward to
Mad Morgan's daughter was supposed to be in this.
You know what? That's a good question. I'm kind of brain dead at the moment. You might be right.
Huh.
You actually might be right. But anyway, we'll definitely find out because that's going to be coming as course to D23 as well. But as you can see outside of the avatar that we will not talk about, the avatar that we will talk about.
It's about the Book of Water. The Book of Water is about flowing. We just moved right on past it.
Oh, God. As the Book of... Okay, so that was D23 wrapped up. Let us guys know your comments and things about that nature. Again, that was kind of the meat and potatoes. Like I said, a lot of stuff came out. We will start with probably the quickest thing that we can talk about first.
Well, I can cover most of Nintendo right off the bat. Do you like farming? We got farming. We got farming basically. We got farming with your friends in caves. We got farming to save the world. If you're not into farming, that's the other half of Nintendo Direct. Let's look at the other Nintendo Direct.
I mean, you ain't wrong. Damn. God, you're not wrong. That was literally... Look, I'm laughing because, number one, Joe is very creative when explaining things. And number two, he's not wrong. Let me just go through this because there's...
We also got Pepsi Man with wedding rings summoning ghosts.
Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna try to get this without laughing. So Nintendo Direct did come out, guys. Again, probably the only thing that I could talk about that I look forward to. Well, two things actually. We do know that the sequel to Breath of the Wild will be called will be called Tears of the Kingdom.
Which is why it could not be shown in the UK at this point.
Damn.
No, literally, that's the reason why they don't the Nintendo Direct.
No. I mean, you're not wrong, but damn.
The biggest thing that excites me about this trailer is I believe the word is the epitaph.
Yeah.
Shows 7 nodules above this creature, meaning hopefully this means we will get proper dungeons. I legit hated that about Breath of the Wild 1. I understand we have the little mini temples, but like I want to go around and fight giant creatures as Link.
Well, the thing about Breath of the Wild, which I couldn't find out when I was on TikTok, you realize someone showed me this. You could have really gotten the Master Sword at the way beginning. The moment you got a horse, you could have got the Master Sword. And I actually saw this on TikTok. I was like, let me try this. I fired up my Switch, tried it, and I was heated. I was like, I could have had the Master Sword before I fought my first Divine Beast, and could have saved myself a heartache of trouble. But anyway, this is the reason why we have people that speed run and go back and play games. Breath of the Wild was awesome. Tears of the Kingdom, which will be out May 12th, 2023. Cannot wait for that because I'll definitely be playing on Switch. As Joe has so eloquently put it, Pikmin 4 will finally arrive in 2023. Also,
no one cares about Pikmin. Why does Shigeru Miyamoto keep thinking we like Pikmin? He's also trying to peddle that Pikmin app that is doing poorly in Japan like we're going to do it. No one walks in America unless you're in New York or San Francisco. No one's going to use that piece of crap app. The Pokemon Go era is over. At least for the majority of America that was out and about and actually got fresh air for the first time in their lives. Like, why are we doing this? Why is he trying to peddle Pikmin? We got the Star Fox. We got the F-Zero. No one gives a crap about trying to keep small little fairymen alive.
Oh, man.
Next up, we got Pepsi Man here.
Hey, I got to defend this. I have to defend this one because I'm looking forward to this.
You're trying to defend a waifu simulator where you immediately get engaged with a wedding ring?
I didn't say it was perfect. I didn't say it was perfect. No, Fire Emblem Engage, because I'm a fan of the Fire Emblem series. I do want to see what this one is going to do, just because it is going to follow a different story post the Four Kingdoms. So I'm willing to give it a shot. It will actually come out next year as well. But Joe's not wrong about his premise, but I still want to give it a shot.
Okay, honest to God, though, seriously, I will give this one a try. I did not do the school one because I have a real problem with teachers and students getting together.
Yeah,
that kind of weirded me out to the point where I just kind of stayed away from that one. This one I do, but I can't. I hope to God I can change that hairstyle. I don't want to play as Pepsi Man again. Kirby. It's okay. We love Kirby. Octopath Traveler.
Ooh, I'm sorry, the Farming with Friends line is sticking with me right now. Okay,
that was like Feylands or something, or farming, Feyland Farming or whatever.
Yeah, but Kirby's Return to Dreamland was a Wii classic, which is actually going to be a Switch port. So if you haven't played it on the Nintendo Wii, here's your chance to play it on Switch. From what I remember, it was actually pretty fun. It was kind of on that little Paper Mario thing that they did have on Nintendo Wii. But if you haven't played it, definitely give it a shot. Octopath Traveler. I have never heard of this game. It's a JRPG that I was going to do some research on.
It's very pretty, but the first Octopath Traveler had very basic RPG storylines. It's like the hero that's out for revenge, the wilderness guy that gets sucked into stuff, the dancer that has to earn her freedom, the forest spirit that has to go and help restore nature.
Oh
Everybody
wow.
at some point all congregates together.
Oh, it
Okay,
is
let's go
very.
kill God.
Oh, it's the real generic. Okay. Well, I still
Hopefully
look
this
at
one will be better.
Okay, so that does come out February 24th, 2023. Bayonetta will be coming out. Bayonetta 3, which I'm looking forward to. Yes, it's over the top. Yes, how have Bayonetta and Dante not have met already? But they did release a trailer for that. That actually comes out October 28th of this year. I'm a big Bayonetta fan, so I definitely know I'm gonna play it. But what are you gonna say, Joe?
So I can sum up this trailer of it's two witch moms and their spicy daughter,
Pretty much.
who's also just Raiden. The daughter is Raiden.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
I was going with Virgil and Nero, and then I started seeing her moves without the swords. Like, oh, this chick is just Raiden.
Yeah,
It's spicy teenager and her two witch moms.
my two moms. Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble for that one. Final Fantasy Theater. I will never be able to pronounce this. Theater Rhythm.
Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line is out. It's also going to have music from Nier Automata, Alive, and other Final Fantasy games. It's fine. It's a rhythm game.
I'm glad you can pronounce it because I got tongue tied just reading that. Of course, it's also some good news I do love that GoldenEye, possibly one of the greatest shooters of all time, from the N64, will be available heading to the Switch along with Mario Party, Pokemon Stadium, and really a pack of N64 games that eventually head into Switch. I'm personally crossing my fingers for Ocarina of Time because Ocarina of Time needs to be on the Switch. I still think that it's still actually no Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, the Wind Waker, which I think all of those games, all of those games need to be ported to the Switch. I think that those three. Why are you shaking your head, Joe?
I hate to
your
say
head?
this, but the better version of GoldenEye will be on Xbox Game Pass.
Oh, because they're gonna refine the crap out of it. Of course, it's gonna be better.
Pokemon Mario Party 1, 2, and 3. That's fine. The real hot button for me on this one is Pokemon Stadium 2 for the mini games.
Yeah.
No to Wind Waker unless it is the Nintendo Wii version.
Well, I think they're gonna be ports.
The superior version of Wind Waker.
I think they're gonna be ports, so you might get the
I
Wii
would
version.
play the crap out of it as ports, and that's not just because I would stay on the island pig farming the whole time. But
no, I'm looking forward to it because, like I said, but that actually going to be joining the service, which means that, which I'm guessing because they said they're going to be joining the service in 2022 and 2023, it means that I think they're going to become a part of the entertainment system links instead of actually being ports, but they didn't really go into a lot of detail about that. But we'll find out near the end of the year as more of those games will be released. This one I'm definitely looking forward to as well because I did not get a chance to play it on the PSP, and it's always haunted me because I'm a Final Fantasy fan and I never got the chance to play Crisis Core. However,
this will not be Crisis Core from PSP.
Yeah, it's going to be a different one, isn't it? Reunion.
So they are going to change some fundamental things, and this will most definitely have a different ending than the one on PSP because this is going to tie into Final Fantasy 7-2.
That's fine. I can live with a remake. I can live with a remake
on that.
I'm
down with it. I'm just saying, if you guys are expecting a 1-to-1 remake, because God help you if you got to listen to this man ramble on about dumb apples for 45 minutes and then talk about Angeal's need for a sword and more dumb apples.
Yeah.
And listen to Genesis go on about a play no one knows what the hell he's talking about.
No, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it comes out December 13th of 2022.
I'm down. I love that to death. But I don't want to ever hear about dumb apples ever again.
You know what? I'm gonna leave that alone. All right, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe will get its Wave 3, which means the next DLC comes. The next DLC pass will come out will include the booster course, will include tracks from Mario Kart Tour and Mario Kart DS. So more content from the world of Mario Kart. Nintendo Switch. My my word processing is going out the window. Nintendo Switch Sports will get its free golf mode. So if you've actually remember playing golf on the Nintendo Wii, of course, that's going to be porting to the Switch as well. Mario Strikers will get its second update this month. If you do enjoy like playing Battle League, I enjoy it as well. Xenoblade Chronicles, which
let's
Joe
add
has
mechanical
completed.
waifus.
Say what, Joe?
Said let's add mechanical waifus and
Yes.
then bathing suits.
So Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Joe has beaten it. I have yet to start it. We'll start its DLC, which as you can see, will add a new mechanical hero called Ino. So
and
that's
bathing suits and challenge modes.
Yeah. Which again, I need to get on that so I can actually
With
play
145
that.
hours.
Now that actually will come out October 13th of 2022. Splatoon 3 will have its first Splatterfest, which I guess is a thing. What are you gonna say, Joe?
I said meh.
Oh well, it's not my area, but if you're in the Splatterfest, well, that's gonna be coming out September 23rd. It's gonna be running from September 23rd to September 25th. So I'm assuming it's a special event. Resident Evil Cloud will let Switch owners play Village. Yes, if you've ever wanted to meet Lady Demetress on your Nintendo Switch, you can do so via cloud playing later this year. But if you wanted to, you can download Resident Evil Village as a demo on the Switch and play it. Me personally, I just rather stick with the PlayStation just because, well, everything is there. That's just me. No mods, because my God, the moment that thing got on PC, whoo, Resident Evil got dark. Anyway, Harvest Moon. If you're into farming, if you're into farming, it'll be released 2023. And of course, as Joe has so eloquently pointed out, oh, Fae Farming. As you can tell, that's going to be out soon. They didn't actually give a date on that.
Harvestella, farming or else the world ends.
Oh, dear God, I can't say it with a straight face. Fatal Frame, Masculine Lunar Eclipse comes to the West. So that's actually, I'm sorry, what are you going to say, Joe?
I would say this is the one that did not come out to America from the Switch.
Right.
And on top of that, this is a remake of that game.
Yep. So this will be released out in early 2023. Tunic Adventures, which takes great inspiration for Legend of Zelda, which I've never heard of this game.
It's basically Fox Link.
Oh, never mind then. That'll be out September 27th. It Takes Two, which is a very interesting game from what I remember from the Video Game Awards. That's arriving on Nintendo Switch in November 4th of this year. I'm sorry, what did you say, Joe?
Say yes, it's a game that we can now play on the Switch at 540p.
Sifu will also be coming to Switch November. I actually played Sifu on PlayStation 4. I thought it was great. Joe, what are you going to say?
That one I'll actually give a shot.
Yeah, Sifu was really good. Front Mission first remake and Front Mission second remake gets a new look. That will be released in November. Front Mission first remake. Front Mission 3 is also in the works, but the second will launch in 2023. So there's that as well. Some other games.
Atelier Ryza, number 3, Alchemist of the End and the Sacred Key. I am looking forward to this. I have played the first and second Atelier Ryzas. I believe this is also, and I could be wrong about this, this is the first time any Atelier game has had a third direct sequel going to it.
I'll take your word for it because I've never heard of this game.
That is big news on that one. Tales of Symphonia, a lot of people were kind of actually unhappy with this. The visuals did not look like it was a full remaster like they thought it was, and other people were asking why some of the others' tales are not on there. More specifically, they want to know why this is just not Skies of Arcadia, which that's a very fair question.
Gotcha.
Danganronpa's creators made a detective game. That's not shocking. SpongeBob and the Cosmic Shake. It's more SpongeBob, but with SpongeBob memes. More farming. Various Life in the Day, an RPG that Square Enix put out that I don't think anybody played the first time, so they're giving it a second chance. Radiant Silvergun, We get to play Sega Saturn games now.
Nice. I don't remember rating it Silvergun though, but it looks kind of like an R type. It looks like an R type.
It's a shmup. It's a Saturn shmup.
Damn, that bad?
No, shmup is a shoot 'em up.
Oh, I thought you were saying like it was just it's like I thought you were saying
Oh no, that's actually a genre type. It's a shmup.
Gotcha. Okay, well that's actually gonna be later out today. Oh, so it might actually be available now, considering the fact that the time of publication. So that actually may be available on Switch right now.
Not quite. We kind of made StarCraft, but we can't call it StarCraft.
That's a fact.
That's Factorio. It's not quite StarCraft.
Gotcha.
Art gallery game. This is a port from another game.
Okay.
Oddballers is another party game that no one really knows about.
Wait. The fitness boxing Fist of the North Star.
I'm actually kind of bummed that this is not fitness boxing Hajime no Ippo.
Right.
I would have been back on that thing in a heartbeat, but instead we got a beat up Jaggy with rhythm and dancing. Sure.
I would have been down for Ippo, but okay.
Do you want to know what I call music 2022 was? Play Just Dance 2023. What? That's what I call music 2022 is Just Dance 2023.
You're not wrong. I was just thinking about the trail they had for this. You're not wrong.
Endless Dungeon is a procedurally generated roguelike. Do you want to just play Hades with friends? This is how you do it.
Without actually playing Hades, which, by the way, if you ever get a chance to play Hades, you definitely should. Definitely a great side scroll game.
My little sister beat the crap out of that. She completed that game.
Nice. Okay, but that was the Nintendo Direct, guys. That was the Nintendo Direct that they released. Again, it was a lot. But again, that's like I said, a lot of I don't know what it was that everybody decided to come out on this week. So to really go into it,
someone actually asked why were there so many farming games in Nintendo? The only thing I can tell them is like we all know we're screwed, and the only way we're going to be able to teach anybody to do anything is to make it a procedurally generated game. And to think, why do you think we have Power Wash Simulator and Lawnmower Simulator? Kids aren't going to learn. These kids these days aren't going to learn farming naturally, so we got to make them play farming sims.
Pretty much. But before we go into Capcom, because there's some trailers there from my side and Joe that we both want to look into, really want to get into Ubisoft forward very quickly. Mario vs. Rabbids, of course, they were doing an update to that. Skull and Bones.
There is also one other thing for Nintendo once you go with your thing.
Oh, no, you go ahead, because I'm just going to speak.
Nintendo did confirm that they are still working on Advance Wars 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. They still cannot confirm a release date. I guarantee you it's probably because the war in Ukraine is still going on.
Probably so.
Which I guarantee you that particular game is done. They just cannot, in good conscience, put it out with certain scenarios in the world going out.
Yeah, makes sense. I agree with that. But yeah, going Ubisoft 4, guys, there really wasn't a lot. Mario vs. Rabbids was announced. Skull and Bones, which again, it's an update to Mario vs. Rabbids. It really was much.
They also confirmed Mario and Rabbids that Rayman was going to be a part of it.
Yes,
that's fine.
That was the only. Really, they could have saved themselves 20 minutes of time and just said Rayman's going to be a part of it. Skull and Bones, which is the pirate game, again, will be coming out soon. They did announce that they did push back the date for polishing. Nothing wrong with that, as long as the game comes out bug, or at least the least amount of bugs in it. Riders Republic, which is basically what happens when Tony Hawk and every other Extreme X games put together, did release their next DLC, which is coming out, which is going to include BMX. You'd think he would have been a part of that by now. The Division 2 is releasing another DLC. I haven't played Division. I haven't played Tom Clancy's Division in a very long time. I actually need to get back on that, just because they are introducing a new DLC besides Warlords of New York. They are also introducing a I don't know why everybody's going the sandbox route, but I'm not mad about this. That they're releasing their own sandbox called the Division Heartland. Again, it's going to be a free-to-play game that'll be available later on this year. Rainbow Six is actually producing its first mobile game. So again, if you are a fan of Rainbow Six, I personally love Siege and I love the infiltration. So again, give that a shot. Trackmania, which is basically a racing game, will eventually have more tracks, more tracks, more areas you can go into. Rocksmith Plus, which is basically a single service for Rocksmith, where you can basically pay for songs on a subscription-based basis, a subscription-based service. So let's be honest, there's a paywall. Just Dance, of course, got released, as Joe so eloquently put it. That's what I call music. And the thing that killed me about Ubisoft Forward was that they took so long to take Assassin's Creed and basically tell us that, yes, Assassin's Creed Mirage will take place as the next official Assassin's Creed game, which basically follows Baslam from Valhalla as a younger man going from the streets to Master Assassin, which, again, I'm looking forward to because it is a game that is going back to its Assassin's Creed roots, which means that you're not going to really get the open world sense. You're not going to get to have those legendary battles like you did in Odyssey and Origins and Black Flag, which, don't get me wrong, all those games are fun, but you do miss the stealth portions of those things.
They also said that they were officially dumping the present day timeline scenario. It's only going to be in the past. They are done trying to connect to people of the future by making them super assassins by downloading memories of their ancestors in their own body. They finally was like, no one gives a crap about that anymore.
Because they went so far with the story that's like it never ended. It was like you never had that.
We never even got to play as Desmond getting all those like super skills, but for like maybe a hot second.
Right.
There was no actually Assassin's Creed Desmond's journey.
That's the thing that always annoyed me, that we never really did see the culmination of that and the pieces of Eden he came into contact with. But I digress. So Mirage is definitely going to be the next game, and then they decided to let us finally give us what a lot of us are waiting for, an Assassin's Creed game that is set in feudal Japan where you do play as a ninja assassin, which right now the name of it's called Assassin's Creed Codename Red, which again, I'm assuming that name's going to change as it comes up for that getting released. They also introduced something called Project Infinity, which they did not go into a lot of content about, but they wanted to sit there and, kind of blend people's different playthroughs of Assassin's Creed. So it's kind of like, how do we have multiplayer in Assassin's Creed without not having multiplayer? But more of the Project Infinity will be announced as it comes along. However, with Ubisoft Forward, I mean, you could have sat there and said, look, you're getting 2 Assassin's Creed games. We're going to try to figure out how to put multiplayer in Assassin's Creed, and everything else is crap. That it's an easier way to do that. That's just what I'm saying.
Wasn't there also Project Jade?
Yeah, which again they never really Project Infinity, but they never really did went too far into that. They just said, well, it's like we're still trying to work out the kinks. I'm like, y'all have a really cool name for a project, but you really didn't go into a lot of detail about it.
So
nice.
Why are we getting Tenchu Stealth Assassins under a different name?
Because we need it. I have been wanting an Assassin's Creed game as a ninja this entire time. I have been wanting.
Had those.
No. You had Stealth Assassin, sir. You did not have Assassin's Creed. I am very.
Yes, I do have Assassin's Creed. It's called Ghost of Tsushima.
We will not. We will leave Ghost of Tsushima on the high pedestal where it belongs, sir.
Do I not jump from the high and assassinate from above?
You do jump from behind, assassinate from above. Do I not throw the hit into the neck? Wait. Do you literally mark it with a? Do you mark it with an eagle feather in Ghost of Tsushima? Is every kill marked with an eagle feather?
No, we don't have eagles in that thing. Only the Huns have eagle feathers. Are you telling me that the Huns are the assassins?
I'm not saying you're not wrong. I'm not saying you're not wrong at all.
No, I do the same thing. I don't mark my kills with an eagle feather. I unleash bear on them.
That's just petty.
And then I toss a sticky grenade on them because that was around at that point.
I can't say anything. I use flame arrows, so I can't really talk about you releasing animals. I can't talk about you doing that. And I was just as petty in that game. There was nothing honorable about the way I was fighting. But anyway, that was Ubisoft Forward. Now we do have some trailers, guys. Like I said, we had a lot of games that came out, and trust me, for the sake of time, we actually did want to pick ones that we were definitely going to talk about. I'm gonna go with Joe's first. Joe, did you want to show the Bardock trailer first? And from
Yeah,
Project
we'll show the Bardock trailer first because that's going to be like the longest thing ever.
Okay, so guys, if you haven't been under a rock, Dragon Ball Project Kakarot is releasing a new DLC that literally is called Bardock Alone Against Fate, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it looks great. At first, I thought I was watching an episode, but here's the
we
trick.
should preface this. This is classic Bardock. This is not new Bardock.
Right, this is the Bardock doesn't give a shit.
This is the one who has, to quote Team 4-Star, stupid ass psychic powers.
Pretty much. Here's the trailer.
惑星ベジータに今一人の男の子が産声を上げた。
カカロット？これか、バーダックの息子ってのは。
ああ、やはり下級戦士の子供だな。潜在能力が全く低い。これじゃ、どこかの辺境惑星に送り込むしかないだろうな。
そうだろうな。鳴き声だけは一丁前に大きいな。
ところで、バーダックはどうしているんだ？
ああ、奴なら星の地上げに行ってるよ。ここを立って随分経つ。そろそろ仕事が終わる頃だと思うが。
ここか、今回の目標は。おめえら準備はいいな。楽しませてもらおうじゃねえか。始めるぞ！
Okay, so that was actually the trailer for Bardock Alone Against Fate. As you can see right there, there is a season pass, which means there's probably going to be more DLCs coming along. And of course, the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, the game itself, also on PS4 and PS5. But Joe, I would have to think if you're seeing Bardock Alone Against Fate for Season Pass 2, and then we're getting 2 other possibly story arcs to go along with it, what do you think?
It's tough to say. Maybe we'll get the Brawling superhero. Because we've already covered the other Dragon Ball Dragon Ball Special with Trunks and whatnot. So, I mean, unless they're going to do Eradicate All Saiyans or do some of the other movies, I'm not too sure.
Okay. I mean, it's still great to actually see it. I'm not complaining.
I did see the video that showed the PlayStation 4, comparison between PlayStation 4 and 5. 5 looks like pretty much what like all the extra textures they wanted to add on but couldn't because of hardware limitation.
Yeah. No, I dig it. Hang on a second. But no, I dig it. It's just the whole idea of just seeing Bardock as that, and I'm sitting there laughing my ass off like, this is the don't give a shit Bardock, not the guy that we saw going up against Frieza at the end and still giving a last stand. But
no, this is still him. But the difference between this Bardock and Super Bardock is Super Bardock is a more caring parent and more caring individual. Like he legit notices things about his wife.
Yeah.
This one, we don't even know who his wife is and doesn't really give a crap about his kid until like the last possible second.
Oh, when he decides he wants to be, a dad. No, I get it.
Or he decides like, oh crap, Frieza's gonna kill everybody. Well, let's send the kid out. At least he'll survive.
Well, with that being said, that's actually going to be that. Now, I would be remiss because this was also done during Capcom. Because yes, we are going to get into that wonderful fighting game momentarily. But Joe did remind me, and thank you for that there were also 2 games that definitely need to be shown. The first one, I will say this about the Yakuza, that they are doing some strides. And what I mean by that is, number one, they're actually dropping the Yakuza name.
Yep.
That was the big thing, that they are dropping the Yakuza name and actually going with Like a Dragon. Now, for all those that did not see Like a Dragon, let me help you out. Because this is actually Like a Dragon, and forgive me if I pronounce this the wrong way, Ishin.
Yep.
I think that's how I pronounce it.
So
but anyway,
before we toss on the trailer, this actually came out a while ago in Japan. And I think this might even be Ishin 2, because I think original Ishin had a reimagining where he was just wandering samurai. Ishin 2 maybe getting the 2 switched up. But this happens during the Bakumatsu period where Kazuma Kiryu is actually Ryoma Sakamoto. Who, for those that do not know, Ryoma Sakamoto is considered largely the father of the modern Japanese Navy, but was also unconfirmedly assassinated by the Shinsengumi.
Damn.
We'll never know. He is all we know is he is famous also for being photographed and also using a gun.
Cool. Well, I tell you one thing. This trailer is definitely awesome. And again, if this is the next state of the Yakuza series, along with this, because this was only one game. Now, as Joe said, this game is new to the West, but here's the trailer for it.
不思議な話もあったもんやな。時代を動かすはずの男が時代遅れの男に切られ死ぬ。しかもこの世に存在しないはずのもう一人の自分に切られることになるんやからな。なあ、坂本龍馬さんよ。
All I can say is I'm down. I am so down for that because it definitely does give Ghost of Tsushima vibes, but still, damn. But what were you gonna say,
Just like
Joe?
we did to the Onsen sumo wrestling mini games.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. But that was actually announced along State of Play. That was the only game that was announced. Also, Like a Dragon 8 was also announced as well.
久しぶりだな、一。
はじめまして、春日一番さん。
こいつ見た
きっとお会いしないうちに大所帯になったんですね。
危険だけどやるしかないわね。
私はあなたと同じ
終わったなこれ。おかわりないよ。
この目殺されるぞ。
日が来るとはね。任務は中止だと伝えろ。人生は一度きりだ。悔いのねえようにしろよ。やるしかなさそうだな。へへ。よっしゃ行こうぜ。キリさん。
Now, I am really, really surprised by that. That they actually not only were they coming out with Like a Dragon Ishin, but also Like a Dragon 8. Like I said before, they are dropping the Yakuza title from it, but still, I'm gonna like both. Now, I will say this: I'm ashamed to say that the first Yakuza game I ever played was Like a Dragon. I had to go back and actually play the rest of them, but I am definitely looking forward to them. But what are your thoughts on those, Joe?
I'm really gonna dig it. There's actually a third game out that did not get a trailer. It's called Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name, which deals with bridging Kazuma Kiryu's time from after 6 to 8. He makes a brief appearance in another game, but neither. We'll get there. How far into Like a Dragon did you get?
Oh, I only played the last. I only played Like a Dragon. That's the only Yakuza game I ever played.
So yeah, so like a Dragon games, that's the other reason they're moving away from Yakuza. The Yakuza franchise is because that exclusively dealt with Kiryu.
Okay.
Moving forward, it's going to be called Like a Dragon because they will be dealing with characters outside of Kiryu, which is why we have Ichiban, where it's Like a Dragon is also secretly a Dragon Quest game.
Mm-hmm.
It's turn-based class combat system. We will also be probably getting that format in 8. Ishin is free roam, kind of stuff like more classic Yakuza, but we're again going with the Like a Dragon thing. Grandpa Kiryu is now a thing, I guess. We went with Dad Ryu, and now we're with Grandpa Ryu.
Oh, I'm just waiting for the memes to take over.
A lot of people were either thinking he's become a host and just stopped dyeing his hair.
Mm-hmm.
Lord only knows, because I mean he's got a kid. He has several kids, considering he owns a orphanage in Okinawa. So
that's very true. But no, I mean I'm looking forward to it. I think they're both going to be great.
If you do want to play all the Yakuza games, the majority of them are actually on Game Pass and PlayStation Game Pass right now, free to download. So you just got to hit that Game Pass tier and go at them.
Oh, my graveyard list of games is growing. I'm still going to play them, though. But that does kind of go into Capcom news. We got a little bit, guys, before we get to Street Fighter 6. Really quickly, Capcom also did release some news. RE Village will have its gold status, which means that we are going to finally see a DLC, Shadows of Rose, where it's going to take Rose's story 10 years post-Village. As a person who loved Resident Evil Village, I cannot wait to play the DLC because I still think there's a lot of story in Village that can be done post Ethan Winters. So, spoiler alert, I'm not going to tell you what happens. If you haven't played Resident Evil Village, you definitely should. Aside from that, there is going to be, for Street Fighter, before we get into that, Monster Hunter Sunbreak will have an update with DLCs, or its DLC, and new content will be coming out for that very soon. Mega Man Battle Network Collection. Do you want to talk about that before we show the trailer, Joe?
I mean, it's the similar. It's Mega Man Battle Network, which we haven't seen almost 17 years,
give or take.
give or take. I mean, the collection is going to be very reminiscent of that of the Mega Man Legacy and Mega Man X Legacy collections, where they're split into two. We're looking at 2 games, or excuse me, 10 games, because games 1, 2, then 3 blue, 3 white, 4 red, 4 blue, 5 Team Proto Man, 5 Team Colonel, 6 Phasar, and 6 Gelgar. We'll go with that.
It's a lot to remember.
Also, possibly, although I kind of doubt it, Mega Man Chip Challenge, Mega Man GP Moto, GP Challenge, and Operation Shooting Stars, a fan mod. But we will be having like a whole bunch of stuff for Legacy Collection, much like there's we'll have artwork, music. It's just everything for Battle Network, and I hope this sells well, and that'll prove that we deserve more Battle Network. This is one of my favorite iterations of Mega Man, honestly. Like, I love this. I played 2 almost constantly.
See, I like, if I was going to rate it, mine was always the X series. X series first, original Mega Man, then Battle Network. But that's just my preference.
And then
Legends. And then Legends was number 4. But anyway, here's the trailer for Mega Man Batwork. Mega Man. Damn, that was a terrible ass segue. Mega Man. I know, my tongue has just sat there and said, we're done. There's
I'm waiting for you to just say Dr. Wily from like Mega Man 8's bad dubbing.
Here's the trailer.
For some reason, Professor Light was Elmer Fudd. Mega Man, you must defeat Dr. Wily.
Here's the trailer.
Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection.
And as you can see, guys, that's actually the collection for the Battle Network Legacy Collection from Mega Man. Will be out in 2023. So that is definitely. I'm sorry, you say, Joe?
There was also some other news came out. I don't know if that was actually a trailer or not, but during your menu selection and through all your artwork and music, Mega Man .exe will take a large spot up in your interface, because it will treat your game console like a PET.
Oh.
So he'll be your personal net navy, talking to you and explaining stuff. As it go along, it will have both original voice actors returning. They've also confirmed that we will have online for both competitive and chip trading. Unfortunately, we will not have crossplay, but beggars can't be choosers in this one. That's negligible. The majority of from what I've seen with the Battle Network community, the majority of us are getting it on Switch. Because, that just makes sense anyways. It's an RPG. Just take it on the go, play it on a Switch.
Pretty much. Now, of course, we are going to get to the jewel of what happened on Capcom, and I would be remiss not to say that I was pleasantly surprised to see what happened. See what Street Fighter 6 has in store. We're going to go ahead and play the trailer first because Joe has a lot more information on what do we expect, and there's actually going to be a closed beta for this. You know, if you got a PS5 or Xbox Series X, I'm not going to judge. But anyway, here's actually a latest release for a trailer for Street Fighter 6. And the characters that some of us know and love will be happy to see again when the game does come out.
Keep coming! Keep coming! Keep coming! No! Hey, stop! Watch out!
Safety first, bud.
You my new recruit? Yeah. Gotta say, you're photogenic. Again, you can call me Luke. Or just Coach. Hadouken!
Spinning bird kick.
In game! Fight! Rising uppercut!
Spinning bird kick.
Gotcha! What? Sonic Boom! Level 5!
No.
Jungle House, Edelman, frozen for business!
Shall we begin?
Showtime! Step into the ring!
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
I'm just wrong! I'm too smart! Give me a break! Heck yeah!
Here comes a new challenger! Who you can? Get it down! Touch! Lend me your power! You want the face? You bet the face! Sit down and shut up! Street Fighter 6. Scrap heap. Ready. Start.
I love the fact that they literally just went scrappy going back to the original Street Fighter 2. But yes, that is the latest trailer for Street Fighter. As you can see, Ken, Blanca, Dalsim, E Honda will already be joining the cast of Ryu, of Chung Lai, of Juri, of I can't remember that girl, the ninja's name already. I forgot her name already. Thank you. And of course, Guile. So that actually has us almost up to 9, 10 playable characters at the release of the season. Now, I did mention open beta, which wasn't a part of this, but yes, there will be an open beta for Street Fighter 6 from October 7th to October 10th, only for PS5 and Xbox Series X. Sorry, that's the way of the world, folks. Next gens are eventually becoming more permanent. As time goes on, and unfortunately, if you do want to enjoy the free beta, it will have to be on those new systems. It's just the way it is. But Joe, what other news do you have regarding Street Fighter 6 as well?
Here's the trailer.
Oh, I think it's something else. You had the trailer. Oh, my bad. 1 second.
Other than the fact that they made Ken basically Terry Bogard.
Shoot, Ken fell on hard times. My God.
They gave his official story. Apparently, some sort of criminal organization has falsely got him accused of criminal activity within his own company. So he's on the run tracking to see who did this to try and take back his life.
Okay, I stand corrected. Terry Bogard. Okay, I get the trailer ready. Let me go ahead and play it.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, here we go.
So I've been thinking about strength, man. Strength, might, the power to fight. Is it money, authority, a cool job, a ton of likes? Okay. Let's keep it simple. I want to be strong. Can you believe it? We got self-driving cars. The time's coming, we'll be taking rockets to Mars. And yet you still got folks out there using their fists and bodies to seek strength. Yeah, I hear you, man. We're all a bunch of fools. But, you know, if you want to know about strength, you just got to get to it. We fighting fools are all getting to it on the streets.
Okay, that was the most inspirational message I've ever heard this side of Metal Gear Solid. But as you can see, guys, there is a lot that they are doing with Street Fighter 6 as far as the World Tour goes, as far as Battle Hub, Fighting Ground, creating your own character. I'm sorry, what are you saying, Joe?
So, yeah, we got all that. This trailer actually confirms in that giant group shot we get all 18 of the starting characters.
Mm-hmm.
We do notice that some are missing from that giant league thing, so DLC is confirmed.
Yep.
We also confirmed in this trailer that at one point Dr. Light was president of the United States because he's on that $1 bill. If you freeze frame it on the dollar bill, it's Dr. Light.
Yeah.
We get new character art for like DJ and whatnot. So 18's pretty good for a starting roster.
Oh yeah.
It's not for a holy number of 20, but you know.
Well, I mean, considering the fact that Street Fighter 5 started off with 10, and we're getting 18 off the bat.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's a good jump. That's a really good jump.
Everyone looks scary as crap in this game. Like, I think Blanca has like the most unique changes.
I love what they did with Blanca. Blanca is kind of like if Blanca leaned up but still worked out, and he didn't look like that menacing 6 to 8-bit monster, but he kind of looks like a jacked up. How can I put this ever so nicely?
He's a gorilla man. He's a green gorilla man.
Yeah, but he's cuddly, especially when he throws out the electrified cuddle buddy.
Ken also he's third strike Ken with like all his crazy. They gave him his crazy kicks.
Yeah.
They gave him a dash run cancel. If you hit 2 kicks, he gains momentum and changes properties of some of his moves. Like now he's got Flaming Tatsu. He has not fallen on such hard times since he's lost his Flaming Shoryuken. It's actually a mechanic thing. He's got a new move called the Snapdragon Kick.
Yeah.
Which actually leads into like I'm not going to say Reika's, but like Kyo's punch chain?
I'm gonna go with Reagan because it looks like it.
Well, I mean, like the fact that like Kyo's punch chain was like fireball kick, then fireball kick, now hit either punch or kick.
Yeah.
So like his chain stuff on top of his other chain drives, we see his winning pose is literally third strike pose, or maybe it's giant. It's something for Street Fighter 3. I forget which one it is.
I think it's third strike because it looks like Hard Times Ken is third strike. Reminds me of third strike.
I also like that he's working for Eagle from CVS 2 and Street Fighter 3 Alpha Plus.
That's still funny.
Eagle Shipping Company, I think, is what he's working for.
Yeah.
I also like the Fatal Fury 2 reference, Fatal Fury movie 2 reference, where our introduction to Ken is him kicking away steel beams from somebody.
Terry Bogard. There's no getting around that. Every time I see it, it's like Terry Bogard. But
the important thing is she didn't take the kids, Ryu. In that group shot, there is a few amount of people I do want to try and play. I definitely want to play Jury because the Jury gameplay video came out, and she is far more reminiscent of her Street Fighter 4 variant, which is my version of her. I could not get behind her Street Fighter 5 variant, so I became a Laura main. Also, I want to play that French character that's there.
The what character?
The one with the pink hair who may or may not have something to do with...
dang it, what's her name?
I
Crap.
don't think we've named her yet, though, have we?
Give me a second.
What's the Street Fighter 4 roster, dude?
Because I was gonna say she looks like a jacked up Poison, but that's not the name I was going with. It's gonna bug me because I think the name was rumored, but I don't think it was ever said. Yeah, it was never said. I'm sorry. I stand corrected. It was never said. They showed it, but it was never
she may or may not have something to do with Abel.
Yeah, because I started to look it up. I said, yeah, they haven't gave that person a name. So at this point, they are just there. But still, we do know that we will see Cammy. We will see Cammy. We definitely know we're going to see Akuma. We definitely know we're going to see DJ, which was my favorite from years ago.
Lily, that's who that character's name is. It's Lily.
Oh, okay. You know, I'm kind of mad we won't get Vega.
Well, he may be dead. So the other interesting thing here is I like that the generic character Capcom made is not Sean.
Not Sean. Obviously him. It's like it's not Sean, but it's Sean. Let's just call it what it is.
They also revealed a new character which may or may not be playable today, where it's your rival. Like at least, literally, we're getting Pokemon trainer rivalry.
Nice.
It's Luke's gym.
Nice.
I think his name is Borshan or something.
Oh, so a Balrog type?
No, he's like Kung Fu type or something. I mean, Ed's supposed to be in there.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, for all intents and purposes, Street Fighter 6 is going to look freaking great. And I cannot wait to play. I know Joe can't wait to play it. But like I said, the open beta, again, just so y'all guys know, it is October 7th to October 10th for PS5 and Xbox Series X owners only. Capcom has yet to say if there will be an open beta for PS4. I highly doubt it, just because because a lot of game developers are stepping away from PS4 and Xbox Series and the Xbox, so One X. So again, it's going to be time to upgrade eventually. But
yes. So here it is.
I'm sorry, go Joe.
Bosch. Bosch is the name of the non-playable character. We have so far 3 confirmed non-playable characters. Bosch, which is your rival for your creative character. Damned, because he's the Mad Gear gang leader now, I guess.
Damn.
No, Damn D. And then Chun-Li's adopted daughter, Lee Finn, Which I, honest to God, would not be surprised if she's not a DLC character later on down the road.
But probably will be because, legacy. But before we actually move on to our last thing of our PSS State of Play, before we get to our comic pools, very quickly, we will be remiss if we don't talk about give She-Hulk and StarGirl their time to shine.
Are we not covering Tekken 8?
Say what?
We're not covering Tekken 8?
Oh, we are.
Okay.
We are. I gotta get these. We got to get these shows out of the way before we go into PlayStation. But She-Hulk again. Very quickly. Tatiana was very well done, as close as the comic book source, as far as her taking the name of She-Hulk and making a whole episode about it, and the fact that you have the designer for all the suits, or as I like to call him, the inspiration behind Edna and the Incredibles, designing suits for Jennifer. And of course, we do see the next episode is going to lead us to the episode that we've all been waiting for, because you saw a certain helmet that was being put up for a certain Daredevil. But again, it's like it leads up to the fact we are going to see the yellow suit, the yellow and red suit. So definitely looking forward to that. Joe, did you have any thoughts on the latest She-Hulk episode?
I'm wondering why they just didn't throw out the thing immediately, just like, well, my name's hyphenated or hers isn't.
It would have made sense for her to be a lawyer and not point that out.
It was a good episode. Like, a lot of people have seen it super weak. It's like, guys, this is being shipped as a law firm based sitcom first, and superhero second. I don't understand why people in news outlets don't understand that She-Hulk, the majority of She-Hulk comics, from the Dan Slott era and sometimes the John Byrne era, there's more law firm stuff than there is superheroics.
Yeah.
Although with the
really
John Byrne stuff, there's a lot more weird superheroics. But I enjoyed it. Kind of a bummer to see that's how she proved her name was used beforehand, but gotta do it. The two side characters, Nikki and Pug, were hilarious this time around. Love them to death.
I love the designer killed me. He's like, obviously, who else were you gonna go to? Just, man, if that was not Edna already.
I were buying a Vondra's shirt.
That was still funny. He's like, oh, I have the stuff right here. All the knockoffs. You don't want to be an Avenger? With the helmet and the shield. That's the part that killed me. I said, really? Just create the whole ensemble, if you will. But no. She-Hulk was definitely great. Obviously, at this point, the next episode, I finally think we are going to see Charlie Cox enter the MCU. Be a She-Hulk, although he did enter the MCU in No Way Home, but entering in his television debut, if you will, in She-Hulk. Also, StarGirl, episode 3 of Blackmail. Also, like I said, very interesting. The whole Sylvester angle is like he went dark side for a second. Like he said, Bump trying to be a hero. Let me just take Sportsman and Tigress out. Just let me go ahead and do the world a favor. But I just thought that was odd that he kind of went uber dark side to the point to where it was kind of showing a different shade of him. Now, I don't mind that angle, but eventually that angle needs to be resolved because either he's going to go too far or he's going to rein it back in. As you saw at the end of the episode, it's like I have to be a better Starman to, show Courtney how to actually use the power, how to use the cognitive staff better and things of that nature. We do see Cameron starting to show his ice pick powers and those weird grandparents. And I do mean weird ass grandparents. And of course, we do find out that the gambler was blackmailing the Crocs because of the fact that they were holding gel over their heads, but they did not kill him. At the same time, Sylvester goes to, try to be a better man, tries to investigate what happened to the gambler versus his trailer being blown up, and something beats the crap out of him. So
it's Grundy, but just not the right. Solomon Grundy rules are weird.
Yeah. And it's like the whole time the gambler said, did you bury him this way? Did you bury him under a full moon? Did you bury him by the water? And I would be remiss. I think that wasn't Grundy, but just like you said, a different Grundy. But overall, the episode wasn't bad. I liked it. I mean, I just wish they kind of wrap up the Sylvester angle. I was like, either he's gonna, be a mentor or he's gonna step away. But they gotta do something. They gotta do something with that arc because it's kind of getting on the stale side as far as that goes. But
I like what I call Paula time, where Paula just like appears in Barbara's office every time.
Hey, look, Barbara got a friend. Barbara got a friend in her. Barbara has a friend in that woman. She's like, so we're going to talk about how you're treating my friend. Click. It's just the whole fear in his eyes. I said, oh, Barbara's got backup. Barbara secretly has a friend that'll take care of things as long as she doesn't ask any questions. But no, I dug it. It was definitely a great episode. Which, like I said before, the only thing I didn't like about it was that the Sylvester arc needs to have a finale somewhere with that, because the whole will he go dark side, will he go too far? You can only do it so many episodes. So that being said, guys, I know. Thank you for sticking with us. Like I said, we covered a lot, but we still have a little bit more to go. So thank you all for sticking with us. PlayStation State of Play, because we knew the State of Play was coming on this news-filled week. I would be remiss, as Joe has already pointed out, we have to start, to me, was one of the crown jewels that is Tekken 8. The reason why I say it's a crown jewel, because if you have not seen the opening cinema that they did for Tekken 8, we're going to play it for you now because it is that effing good.
俺たちはこの世に存在するべきではない。
愚かだな、風間陣。
Fight!
Okay, so that was damn. Watching Maximilian Dodd, because he said it so eloquently how that was put together, that's running. I think he said that's running at, I want to say he was running that's running at 80 frames per second on PS5. Yeah. That is PS5 running at 80 frames per second. And it's fluid, the design, the detail. If that's how Tekken 8's going to be on PS5, as long as Jin, as long as King, as long as a list of my favorite Tekken characters are on there, I'll go buy a PS5. I got no issue with that. But Joe, any thoughts on Tekken 8? Because that's all they showed of Tekken 8, and that's all they talked about it. As more news is about to come out. But what did you think of that opening salvo of that trailer they gave us?
Well, Katsuya Harada did actually say that this is taken from the story mode of Tekken 8. That is an actual full scene and fight with dynamic cameras coming from the story mode. I mean, I'm interested. I want to see what characters we get. I only really have like 2 characters that I play consecutively in Tekken, so technically 3, but I doubt I'm going to be able to get lucky and get Geese this time around in Tekken 8. So, but I mean, maybe Dragunov and Asuka will come back.
Oh, they're definitely come back. They're fan favorites. The only ones I can see that, well, no, almost every Tekken character is there's not a least like one. I'm trying to think of one that was the least like Tekken character, and I can't think of one.
Chloe.
I mean, you wouldn't be wrong, but I mean, it's not like nobody plays with them. But that's about the closest one I can think of. But again, I'm just stuck on the fact of how smooth that looked. Like, don't get me wrong, Street Fighter 6 looks awesome. I can only imagine how that's going to run on. I can only imagine how that's going to run on PS5 because of next gen pushing hardware. But it's hard to argue how Tekken 8 does not look. If I was going to put those two together, it's a little difficult to try to see which one is the better showing. Now, don't get me wrong. We see Tekken 8. It looks great. We see Street Fighter 6. But again, I'm just looking so much more to more news that comes out about that. Now, with the state of play, guys, again, they did just to run through a few of these just because some of these we did actually show. The VR2 series, Star Wars Tales from Galaxy's Edge, they actually will be coming out. That's in development. Another VR game called Demio is also out in development. Of course, Like a Dragon Ishin, as we showed previously, that will be out in 2023. Hogwarts Legacy will be out February 2nd of next year. Pacific Drive, which is an interesting game, I guess you could say, will be out next year. They gave very little information about the PlayStation Star Wars Reward Program. Very freaking little. To this point, I still don't know what that freaking rewards program is, and I went back and tried to follow it. Another game which I found interesting, Sin Duality, which looks like it's going to be a very interesting RPG. That's coming out in 2023. Project E, which is now known as Stellar Blade, will also be out in 2023. This next game, which I'm going to show, which is going to come out in 2024, Rise of the Ronin. It gives Ghost of Tsushima vibes, but then again, I think it's going to be a great one as well. But here's the trailer for it.
After 3 centuries of the Tokugawa's repressive rule, the black ships appeared without warning, and our nation began to tear itself apart. Those who cleave to the past, those who embrace the new, and the Ronin, a warrior free of all masters and bonds. I will watch over you all as your blades carve a new future. Your time has come. Rise as one.
All I can say is I'm looking freaking forward to it. Where else do you see a game that combines Assassin's Creed, Tenchu Assassins, and Ghost of Tsushima all in one thing? But Joe, any thoughts on Rise of the Ronin as well as the games that the PlayStation put out as far as the state of play?
I didn't really get a chance to watch a whole lot of the state of play games. I was mostly zoned in on like the Tekken and this Rise of the Ronin. I'm down for it. I can't help but feel this kind of missed that like hot button time for that game to come out, because like can be a follow, like it's not a direct follow up, but it's in the same vein as Ghost of Tsushima, which I feel like this should have come out closer to around there. Also, it's weird that this is also a game that is very similar to a game that got shown at the Xbox Direct. But instead, in the Xbox One, it's Chinese.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. But
so, yeah, I mean, I'm good at down. I mean, at some point, I'll get a PlayStation 5, I hope. You know, it'll be fun.
Yeah, because these next gen games are looking very, very, very good. I cannot argue that. But the last trailer we got, guys, again, with PlayStation and their state of play, they didn't save the best for last. Aside from giving us another PS5 DualSense controller that is Fenrir designed, they did give us another trailer, possibly the final trailer, just because we're 2 months away from that glorious, glorious conclusion to God of War Ragnarok. Here's the latest trailer for it.
Everyone keeps secrets. Sometimes it's the only way to protect the ones we love.
I know you. God Killer. What is it you want from me? Is it a god of war you came to find?
You don't really want war, do you, Kratos? All that blood on your hands, on your son's hands.
What is it you will not tell me?
I can't talk about it, but I just need you to trust me.
We follow your every whim.
But you don't believe in any of it.
And still I follow. Because all that matters is that you are safe.
But that's not all that matters. Who's keeping you safe?
I do not need you to protect me.
You sure about that?
Pretender God! Or the old father!
Death can have me when it earns me.
What do you even know of God's word? In your lifetimes, has anyone ever worshipped you? Ever prayed to you? Can you even imagine that kind of love? No! You don't care about anything beyond yourself. Beyond the monster who kills without cause.
Fate only binds you if you let it. Do what is necessary. Not because it is written. We will make our own destiny.
I'm looking so forward to this. I'm sorry. I don't mean to yell. I'm looking so forward to that. November 9th. Yes, if you're wondering, I've already pre-ordered it. My dumb ass went ahead and got the Millionaire set. I'm waiting for that to come up. But Joe, I gotta ask you, dude. I know you already know my excitement for this. So I gotta ask your thoughts on the trailer before we get to the next to last month of this game being released. What'd you think?
Oh yeah, no, it looks fun. Now that I have Game Pass, I'll be able to do Data Boy myself. So I mean, I've already done a bit of it. I've gone through some of the Valkyries, which I learned that's no, I've learned it's easier if you use fists on the Valkyries because you get the command attacks easier.
Yeah, I didn't learn that lesson. I tried to use the axe.
Yeah, the axe is surprisingly only good against like bosses.
Yeah, that messed me up. But
you need to like do crowd control. It's really not meant for attacking.
I learned that especially when you're going up against the Queen of the Valkyries, because my God, she humbled me. But no, I'm looking forward to it just because, again, this is a continuation of Kratos' story. We did not think for the longest time that we would get a God of War sequel, concerning the fact of how the first God of War ended. But certainly glad they are moving forward with that. So, again, November is going to be a very fun month for me, and probably for Joe as well. But that's going to cover it, guys, for all the news that we have from that end. We'll go ahead and go into the comics. So, Joe, let me go ahead and cue you up, sir, so you can begin when you are ready.
So, first off, for honorable mention, this week we got Lower Decks, issue 1. This is kind of like a 0.5 for one of the seasons. We're not sure where it falls in. It just falls in there.
Yeah.
Written by Ryan North, art by Chris Finaglio, and yes, this is art and ink by Chris Finaglio. Long and short of this one is the beta shift group, which is Mariner, Boimler, Tindy, and Rutherford, holodeck shenanigans. Making direct references to some of the most significant holodeck shenanigans that have happened on various Star Treks. It was fun. It's got the same humor, same wit, and also the same care that Lower Decks does with its Star Trek fans. It even gives you kind of like a reference point of, hey, these are the episodes you need to watch in order to understand some of these jokes, which is nice.
Yep.
I recommend it. Its first issue. I say keep going, give it a shot. Moving on over, we got Superman's Son of Kal-El, number 15. As you can see, this is written by Tom Taylor, pencils by Cyan Tormey, inks by Cyan Tormey and Scott Hanna. This is the finale for, well, I don't want to say this finale for Son of Kal-El, but this is the finale of this arc.
Yeah, the Siege of Gamora
arc. I have no idea what they're going to do with Dreamer here from here on out. I mean, she's a CW character that just like showed up in a book. As I said, this is the finale. I don't want to spoil how it ends. Just know that Bendix gets what he deserves. Next issue, Superman returns proper from his Warworld expedition, and John has his boyfriend and whatnot. I mean, it's a good book. This is still very polarizing to a lot of people. For like me, I don't know why, but you know, it is what it is with some people. Huh?
Same reason why people looked at Little Mermaid, but you got it. Those very
Moving on over, we were really light on DC this week, by the way, guys. Moving on over, we got X-Men, Avengers, and Eternals, Judgment Day. This is written by Kieran Gillian, art by Valerio Schiti, and color by Marty Garcia. Just the makeshift Eternal that the Eternals and Tony built is now going around and judging people, and we get to see who gets judged, what they're judged on, as well as just some other things going on, including Star Fox being released and them coming up with a plan, a backup plan since the kill switch plan did not work. We get to see several famous Marvel characters across the Marvel continuity, across the planet, judged. Great things for judging. My favorite was Miles. A lot of people love Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom is still my favorite. He's still my favorite.
So, real fun. I mean, Dr. Doom was great. He's basically the same as Cyclops. Like, you don't get to judge me.
Pretty much, but it was still funny.
We do get to see that, like, so how it works is if he judges you properly, you really don't even notice it or he's someone that you are somebody that you feel comfortable with. Like, for example, Miles got the thumbs up and he just thought it was Peter.
Pretty much.
Giving him a thumbs up. But, like, if you judges you negatively, he gives you a picture, presents you with somebody that you feel like not bad about, but someone that you can feel you can judge you.
Yeah.
So for stuff like that, it's really interesting. The methods are also weird. Like, he is a makeshift god to a degree. So, like, his methods of judging are odd, but also fair, but also inconsistent. So if you feel like, hey, you can't judge me, there have been 2 people this far have been like that, which is Cyclops and Dr. Doom. He gives them a thumbs up. Xavier, he gives a thumbs down because, like, Xavier even says, like, he may have judged me and I have just not noticed nor cared. We're too busy doing other things. And in one other book, we see how Xavier is judged and does immediately fail.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, Luke Cage fails, and that's confusing. But again, the god is also a flawed being because he's makeshift between Eternal and Stark Tech, so he's not that consistent.
Pretty much. I love how he says, I'm not a I love how he says, he says, look, she's a little girl. I'm not a monster.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not a monster. It's like, she's young. She's a child.
It's sitting a little kid in Japan. It's like, hey, his homework can wait till tomorrow. Again, Kieran Gilliam continues to hit it out of the park. Artwork is fantastic, but, like, Kieran Gilliam is so good at these character study moments. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly want him to be able to write, like, Avengers and kick Jason Aaron off the book and just put Kieran Gilliam on it. I'd read Avengers then.
I can see that.
Yep. Moving on over. This is Midnight Suns. This is written by Ethan Sachs. Art by Luigi Zagara. Colorist is Antonia Fabalia. We're getting really close to Midnight Suns, the game coming out. So we got to have our tie-in book. Also, this book also kind of is like a halfway step for Strange Academy. It says this takes place majoritively in the Strange Academy setting.
Yeah.
While Strange Academy is on break. A majority of these characters are also teachers, and in case this centers around the zombie students. Don't want to spoil too much. I'm going to be reading it because it's got Ileana Rasputin as Magic. And despite what the cover shows, she's actually in her post-Gold New Mutants form in this book. So this is probably happening after Judgment Day or right before Judgment Day. It's very hard to see, like, if you're not a tie-in to Judgment Day, you kind of don't have to worry about stuff, but, like, there is some continuity in there because Ileana is in her gold outfit. So I don't know exactly where this falls in line. But I dug it.
I want to say it's post. I want to say it's post, but I could be wrong. I really want to say it's post Judgment Day, but I could be wrong.
What did you think?
They got me thinking about it. Dang it, I was confident in my answer. No, I mean the first issue of Midnight Suns was actually very well done. It does set up the premise to. I'm not sure if they're going to tie in with the game or they're going to go with their own separate story, but it's enough to keep you hooked. So I had no issues with it. I thought it was well done.
Yep, I'm enjoying it. Bouncing on over, we got X-Men Red number 6. This is written by Al Ewing with Stefano Castellini as artist and Federico Blee as coloring. We are still in some fallout from the Eternals attacking Mars. Earth's attacked, and some of the more primal externals are still attacking Arakko. Magneto has a gaping hole in his chest held together by his own powers, and Storm finally arrives back on Mars to see what's going on, and she is less than pleased.
Mm-hmm.
That's really as much as I want to say, because it even says right here, events of this issue take place before issue 4, which we just reviewed.
Pretty much.
I dig it.
Still, exactly. That's what I love about Magneto. Damn near holding to death, but being held together by his own powers.
Pretty
Damn.
much. And then, rounding it out, we got Daredevil number 3. Written by Chip Zdarsky, art by Rafael De La Torre, and coloring by Matthew Wilson. The hands start to show themselves again to Daredevil, and Daredevil's like, well, crap.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's really the best way to, quick review of this book. That's exactly what this is. The hand makes itself known and lets Daredevil know. It's like, by the way, we got Frank Castle running us. And Daredevil's like, well, crap. Now I got to take care of this too.
He's like, oh, dear God, no. You have Frank. Frank is the leader of the hand. It's like he's a chosen demon, and we will follow him. Your move. Damn. It's just he's like, the whole point of her coming out and saying, I just want to let you know that because you will not be able to stop us. But good luck. It's like, it's kind of, oh, by the way, all your loved ones? Yeah, we know about them too. It's like, dang. But no, I thought it was pretty well. He goes straight to Foggy. He's like, drop what you're doing. Come with me. He's like, you're not safe.
We gotta go.
It's like, you're not safe here. But no, it was a good episode. It was a good episode. It was a good issue. I did like the fact he tried to go to Cage, and he was like, look, I need you to go with me. Bro, I'm mayor now. I just can't drop everything and go. As much as I want to go with you, I can't. And then it's the whole thing of, you know what, you're about to go run into people that aren't necessarily good people, but you're not about to go by yourself. But I'm not about to say I'm going along with you. But I thought that was really good.
Oh, yeah. I'm still waiting for that Luke Cage solo miniseries to come out.
City on Fire?
City on Fire. I'm surprised that's been pushed back so much.
I think I want to say planning. But I can wait. If City on Fire is going to be exactly what I hope it will be, I will not mind waiting for it.
Anyway, we are still this book still is proving the Zdarsky run on Daredevil is going to go down in comic book history as one of the top 3 runs of Daredevil, along with the Born Again storyline and the Frank Miller run. Like, this is just like one of the best comics out on the stands right now.
Mm-hmm. It is. I completely agree. Well,
and yep, that's it.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you, Joe, for your comic book pulls. And also, we always want to always give credit where credit is due to people that sponsor us. I'm talking about Rick's Comic Book City here in Nashville. If you are in the Middle Tennessee area, definitely check them out. They do have 3 locations, guys: Nashville, Tennessee, Clarksville, Tennessee, and Fort Campbell, Kentucky. As you can see there, not only can you go to those locations, you can shop online by going to rickscomiccity.com. You can even look up Graded Comics. Yes, Graded Comics. As you can see, I've kind of already did a little perusing. Don't worry about what I looked at. But yes, if you were interested in grading comics, you can definitely look here to see what they offer. And if you like what you see, you can definitely order online, pick it up, or have it shipped to you. But again, if you're in the Middle Tennessee area, definitely check them out at the 3 locations. And we always want to give them support. Voted #1 comic book place to go for comic books in Nashville, Tennessee. Rick's Comic Book City. Definitely check them out. If you are unable to get to a comic book city in your area, you can always go to a library, guys. Remember, libraries do carry the most up-to-date comics, mangas, and animated materials. So at the cost of a simple dollar, you get a library card. You can read, you can watch to your heart's content. So support your local libraries, support your local comic book stores, because again, where else are you going to get your comics? Especially for those that you can get that are worth a lot. Because if you haven't noticed, there's a Superboy in there that is very rare, because there's not too many number 5 issues was the first interest of Metallo into the DCU. Just saying. But that being said, guys, Joe, as we wrap this up, we do want to again thank everybody that stuck with us on especially on YouTube and on Twitch. We certainly appreciate you guys. Joe, anything you want to let them know about what you got going on this week?
I still got the Weekly Spirit going on. I have not stopped that. That was like 2 hours last night. rearranging pictures and whatnot. I got 24 cards I got to talk about, and then tournament results.
Nice.
As the Kamen Rider Collaborative set ends, we got set 62 cards we got to talk about. And we just learned that the next collaborative set number 25, is Gundam based. We'll be featuring cards from both Char's Counterattack and Hathaway's Flashback thus far.
Okay.
As for Twitch, still haven't found a game because what's it called? Phantasy Star Online 2, just the music just kind of knocks me immediately out, so I have not made any significant progress in that game.
Nice.
Like, I made a mech, I made it look like the Pat Labor from Pat Labor. I used 2 pistols, and then as soon as I boot it up, I just like immediately fall asleep.
I think you found your melatonin. I think you have found your melatonin.
Oh, everything's my melatonin at this point. Just like sitting down for too long is my melatonin.
Oh, man. Oh, well, I was going to say, shout out to... God, it just threw me off. Shout out to Mutant Glue, who's currently at the National Fairgrounds. If you see her, tell her we said hello. Also, check her out at Mutant Glue on IG. Also, guys, other people we want to point out as well, who's also watching this. Shout out to our other friend in arms, Vaughn, Big BZA Dot. You can find him on all socials at Big BZA Dot. Of course, Edmond Westman on Facebook. Definitely like and follow him as he has discovered TikTok with his What Is Big BZ Thinking, along with his beats that he makes. But definitely check him out as well. And also, well, that's not what I wanted. Also, with Joe, if you do want to catch him, Joe has a couple ways you can get a hold of him. Of course, his YouTube channel, Total Justice Gaming, where he does his Battle Spirits, as well as his card introductions and explanations, because Lord knows I need to watch them because I'm a little rusty on a few games. But definitely go there, like, and subscribe. He also has a Twitch channel, Joe Italian last name, where you can watch his streams. You can definitely do that as well. I myself, BlackFox447 on all socials, so you can definitely like and follow me, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, or any other ones. I do post reviews of everything I watch and play, especially doing my gym stuff because I do a couple push-ups. At the same time, guys, as we wrap this up, simply put, we need to be kind to each other. This Little Mermaid thing has opened a lot of people's eyes, but at the same time, guys, we need to be kind. We need to be respectful. We need to actually show respect amongst each other. If you don't like a certain fandom, that is okay. There's no need to really fly off the handle about it. You just simply have to let other people enjoy something that is really meant for them, not just toxic Star Wars fans. But at least, like I said before, be kind, be gentle, be nice, check up on your people, because everybody's fighting a battle that nobody knows about, but check up on them, see how they're doing. You may do a lot more than brighten up their day. You might save a life in the process. Also, if you are going to be out and about, guys, keep in mind coronavirus and all that stuff is still out there. Please protect yourself by masking up in large traffic areas, because when you protect yourself, you protect others. It's simple and plain. With that being said, guys, again, we want to thank everybody that stuck with us on this large amount of news that we did today. We will be back next Friday, same Get Bit time, same Get Bit channel, and hopefully you guys will join us too. We still want your opinions on everything that we discussed. Please let us know in the comments, because we will bring those back up at our next podcast showing. That being said, Joe, any last words, sir, before we call it a night?
No, I'm good.
I believe he said it. Joe has had me laughing this entire day. The whole farming with friends thing almost took me out. But with that being said, guys, he's been Joe. I've been Will. This has been the Get Bit Podcast for tonight, guys. Do let us know if you're watching this on the replay, what you thought of everything that we said tonight. Like, share, subscribe. Let the people know it. And at the same time, guys, take care of yourselves and each other, and we will all get through this. Have a good night, guys. Peace.
Later.